With the hogs here for this chart, I just want to point out that the worst is behind us in terms of big supply bulge we had just the last few weeks. We did have a kill week here, just about 2.35 million head. I want to point out that that was about 2 weeks ago. It is probably going to be the peak here so far of this whole fall-winter season. So with that in mind, we are seeing cash hogs recover a little bit. Last week they picked up $2. Cash pork price is up about $3 right now last week or so. So keep in mind as far as this end, I want to point out that we are seeing numbers a little better lined up as far as last week's and also this week's will be a little bit lower here. Key point, though, is we are not seeing this market break back down in terms of supply. Based on the Hogs and Pigs report, we should be running about 3% lower than last year. Right now, we're actually running about 1% higher. So while I want to point out that the worst is behind us and cash prices are recovering a little bit here, I want to point out that this market is not ready to be bought basically both hands here just yet. So we still like the idea of saying this market's gone a little too far on the downside. But as far as buying futures or buying options, maybe we start out buying some or selling some puts here just to start out very slowly. But we're not going to go bulls yet until we see the supply picture change a little more dramatically here. Over on the cattle end, just want to point out that the same problems we've had in the past few weeks are still plaguing us, and that is this whole picture with lower beef prices, lower cash cattle prices, and also the talk of show lists being a little higher this week. So negative factors are still impacting this cattle trade. In terms of profitability, just want to point out to you guys, market-ready cattle, so the numbers of which are leaving feedlots right now, break even about 102. Remember last week's cash cattle trade was 98. So we're seeing losses about $50 per head right now on outgoing cattle. So negative on this issue. Also, how about these ones that our customers are placing the feedlots right now? For looks like for March through June slaughter time frame, 106 to 111. So losses are projected right now on those cattle as well. So keep in mind in terms of our customer mindset, it usually takes a few months in a row to kind of get these guys their opinion changed. It looks like right now we're seeing some pessimism moving in this industry, which actually is good for the big picture. Maybe lower some placement numbers and maybe get some mindset change here in this industry. So overall, as far as cattle, I do feel this market's about as low as it should be going right now. But just like the hogs, we're not ready to buy aggressively here just yet. We're not going to stand in front of this market until we see the daily beef prices start to change and actually show some positive numbers.